Hello everyone, the Shadow Picture here and you're watching All Things Nintendo. Today we'll be talking about what I like and don't like about Mario Kart World that we know so far. On January 16th, 2025, Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch 2 with all its new features and an untitled Mario Kart game. Fast forward to April 2nd where the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was live, it was the first game that was featured, officially called Mario Kart World. The game looks promising. Nintendo even has its own dedicated Direct 15 days later to hype us up. However, there are some things about the game that I just don't like. For this video, I'll be talking about what I like and don't like about Mario Kart World so far, as of April 23rd. With that all said, let's get on to the video. To start, there are new features that I like that were introduced into the game. The first thing being that there's 24 races at the time during races, which can be kinda chaotic in a fun way. Second, players can now drive on walls that kinda replaces anti-gravity and they can drive on railings. Third, charge jumps will be broken in this game, especially in straightaways. And fourth, players are able to enter large vehicles scattered around the world, such as cargo trucks, boats, or UFOs, and control them from the inside. Speaking of going around the world, the second thing that I like about this game is that there's a hub world, or free roam as they call it. Diddy Kong Racing had a hub world back in this game all the way from 1997, and it took Nintendo dang near 3 decades to have this feature again. Not only don't you just drive around, but there's objectives that you can do, and you can be on an actual race course outside of regular races. This can be played in multiplayer and with CPU players. Other than the free roam mode that I just talked about, there is a new mode called Knockout Tour, basically an elimination like mode where you have to finish in a certain position or you're eliminated, and there are no breaks. So if you qualify for the next race, you race continually until you actually get eliminated, or if you win. Knockout Tour consists of rallies rather than cups, which each of the 8 rallies having 6 races within them. Unlike the Grand Prix mode, Knockout Tour focuses primarily on the intermissions between the courses. The first 5 races takes place on a continuous path of them, which each checkpoint eliminated the players that place in the bottom 4 of the group. For the final race, the last 4 players standing will race a lap around the final course. For the first time in the series that I care about, the majority of the characters have character costumes after eating one food of the new Dash food item. I like this idea of unlocking costumes because it forces the player to play as other characters to unlock more costumes for other characters. And the last thing that I like about Mario Kart World is the vehicles. Unfortunately, the vehicle customization is gone, but man, these vehicles look so good. They brought back the vehicles from previous games like the Dolphin Dasher, Bumblebee, Bitty Buggy, and the Pipe Frame. But there's our new vehicles that I like the Standard Cart, a lobster looking like ATV, the W Twin Chopper, and the Rob themed bike, despite not being Mario related. And like how most Nintendo Switch 2 games are, the main problem is the prices. I mean, $80? Really? And based on what we saw on the Direct, that there's new stuff but not enough to be worth $80. And keep in mind, 99.9% this game is going to be the game for the Nintendo Switch 2. So there's going to be DLC, unfortunately. My idea is that once you buy the game at $80 and before the price drop, the DLC is free as an apology for ripping us off like that. Another thing that Nintendo should apologize for is the character roster. Let's talk about the positive things about the character roster. For the first time since 7, it actually has 100% Mario related characters instead of characters from other Nintendo franchises. However, as much as I like a handful of the new characters like the Snowman, the Dolphin, and my main the Cow, there's missing characters like Funky Kong, Dry Bowser, Petey Piranha. Like, this character roster doesn't go hard. No Diddy. The course selection for this game sucks. I'm sorry. 18 new courses and 14 retro? Really? And the way they place these courses doesn't make sense to me. Sure, they have the iconic 8 cups, But the only perfect cup is the Mushroom Cup because it makes sense as to what cup it is. Entirely new courses. The Flower Cup has retro courses, which makes no sense as to why a new cup is supposed to have entirely new courses instead of entirely old courses. The Leaf Cup is the exact opposite because it has entirely new courses. And this doesn't stop because the other cups have both new and old courses in them. And none of these cups have a Wii U course. Instead, they brought back the tour courses, which I don't like in my opinion. I get it. It's within the world map and they're designed to travel to the next course in a short amount of time. But they should at least be consistent with their courses because we've seen these courses being remade numerous times instead of giving other courses a chance. Here's my solution. Don't bring back already used retro courses outside of Tour and the Booster Course Pass since you have to pay for extra content. And bring back one course from the first 4 games, 2 from DS and Wii, and 4 from 7 and base 8. And the last thing that I don't like about this game is the battle mode. Since Mario Kart Wii, the main problem with battle mode is the stupid time limit. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't mind the time limit for online battle, but we should have the option to turn off the timer offline with friends. The battle is exactly like Mario Kart 8 Wii U, but on actual battle courses, 24 players, and with coin runners. If you lose all your balloons, you're out. Honestly, I don't think that this will be my favorite game for the series. Don't get me wrong, it has been over a decade since we got a new Mario Kart game on an actual Nintendo console, but the price and some of the new changes aren't for my liking. Not to mention that this game would have DLC in the future. I might be traditional, but that's how I see Mario Kart. Got nothing else for this video. If you want speedy content, like and subscribe and I share more Nintendo content just like this. I'm the Shadow Picture and I'll see you guys very soon. Later.